What's up, guys? This is Kyle from Wax Museum, and today I've got some Michael Jordan content for you. And I know I haven't done a lot of Jordan stuff on the channel before, so it's probably way overdue, especially considering his place in the history of the hobby here. So I have 5 different cards today that I have photo matched, and I want to show you some of the cards, and then I also want to show you the pictures from the games that it came from. So the theme for today is Metal Universe. So I could have chosen a number of Michael Jordan cards out there, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to try and stick to a theme. So this is going to be inserts and parallels from the different Metal Universe sets from the late 90s. So we're going to start off with an easy one here. This is a set from 1998-99. It's called 2 for Me, 0 for You. And this was 1 in every 96 packs. And keep in mind, if I give any odds today, that's for any player from the set, not just for Michael Jordan. So the idea behind this set, on the front of the set, it showed the player in an offensive stance, and then on the back of the set, or the back of each card, it had them playing defense. So the first one that I have here, like I said, this is an easier one because you have some context. You can see the players in the background. So this is the Bulls playing against the Suns. You see Antonio McDyess trying to go up against him. So I went through Getty, and it wasn't as easy as typing in Jordan and McDyess. I wish it was. Some of the 2000 stuff is a little easier like that, but this one I literally had to go through every game, and I finally narrowed it down, and I realized that this one was from November 20th of 1997. Now keep in mind, this was a card from the 98-99 release calendar, but it's from November 20th of 1997. So you see there's the description up there, and there we have a bigger image of that. So if you look at the card, it looks like Rodman got cut out there. He didn't quite make it onto the card, but we have Jordan and we have McDyess. Now, I mentioned, going back to that card, I mentioned there is a backside to that. So even though I'm doing 5 cards today, I guess technically you get 6 photo matches, because if you look on the back of this, you've got Grant Hill. If you couldn't tell it was Grant Hill, you see those Fila shoes there. Grant Hill going up against Michael Jordan, and I am grabbing this image from ComC here. I don't have a copy of this one, but I went on Getty Images once again, and you can see a much clearer version of this picture. A Nathaniel Butler photo, which many of these were Nathaniel Butler photos, I believe, or at least several of them were. So there you have, that is the 2 for me, 0 for you. All right, number 4, the 4 card on my list here is a pretty tough acetate insert. This is from the 97-98 Metal Universe set. It's called Titanium, and to get any player in Titanium, I believe it was 1 in every 72 hobby packs, so that's not an easy one to come by. It also wasn't an easy one to photo match, so I had to pay attention to several things here. Number 1, you've got that red jersey. Well, can't really see that logo man, because if it was an all-gold logo man, that would make it a little easier. You would know it was from the 96-97 season. Or if there was an NBA Finals patch on this left side, you could narrow it down to a number of games, but that was not the case here. So I had to look for, Jordan in that red jersey, which doesn't narrow it down a ton, and then also that red armband. A lot of times he wore a black armband. So to see the red and red combo, I looked and looked and looked, and I finally came up with it. It was from May 26, 1997. It was Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Miami Heat. So there, once again, another Nathaniel Butler image. Okay, we're going to try and get progressively more difficult with these as we go. So the next one is the 1997-98 Metal Universe Championship PMG, and this is not my card. This one I took from the PSA website. So this is the Championship PMG, and there's several things here that help us with context. Number 1, it's hard to see the logo man here, but usually when it's hard to see on the white uniform, that means it is that gold jersey or that gold logo man. You also see that here on Karl Malone's jersey. So, that makes you know, hey, this is from the 96-97 season. My next thought was this is probably from the finals, but then I looked at this side here. That's not a finals patch. That's an all-star patch. So that made this one fairly easy because they did leave that defender and they did leave those patches in there. So this one is actually from the 1997 All-Star game. So I'll pull up that photo here. You see you got Detlef Schrempf here. You got John Stockton. Those guys got cut out of the actual card, but we do have Karl Malone there. Okay, the next card is another PMG, but it's not the championship PMG. So the next card that I want to take a look at here, and actually I need to switch this. Here we go. This is the 1998-99 Metal Universe PMG, and this one is also numbered to 50. I didn't mention that. The last one's numbered to 50. This one is as well. And I thought this would be the easiest one out of all of them, because if you look right here, you've got Derek Martin, and you see he's on the Timberwolves, so that should be pretty simple, right? Put in Michael Jordan, put in Timberwolves. Well, unfortunately, that was not the case, as with every time I thought it would be simple. Not only that, I looked through the photos, and I never found one of these photos at all. So I actually had to look and see, when did Derek Martin actually play for the Timberwolves? And I went on Basketball Reference here, and you can kind of mouse over their jerseys. So Derek Martin played for the Timberwolves from 95 to 96. And this card here, keep in mind, is from 98-99. So this is a fairly old picture, and I understand there are production timelines and such, but it kind of surprised me to see one from, that early in his Jordan's career. So anyway, I had to narrow it down. All right, what are the games that they played against one another? And I never found the photo, but I did find the video. And I'm not going to play that here for you. I don't want to get any copyright strikes or anything like that. But basically, you can play it for yourself. I found it at this 5:05 mark in this video here, called February 16th, 1996 Bulls vs. T-Wolves highlights. If you look carefully at the card, you can see in the background here, we've got a player who's, I think maybe Tom Gugliotta is my guess. I don't remember off the top of my head. But you can see him kind of standing in the back as Martin flails around and tries to defend that dunk. And here's that defender that I mentioned first. And then here's Martin here. And you can see, I can show you, they're going to do a slow-mo of it as well. So you see Jordan going up and dunking over him. So anyway, if you want to watch that video, it is out there. All right, that leaves us to number one, which is a popular one, which you might have seen on Instagram already, because an account called Cardboard Insights did a post on this recently, and they asked me for help finding this image. So seeing as I helped them and people enjoyed it, I thought, you know what, maybe I could make my own version of this with a number of different cards, and people would appreciate that as well. So that kind of inspired this video here. But anyway, this is the 97-98 Metal Universe PMG. You're very familiar with it, right? So there's 90 of the reds, there's 10 of the greens or the emeralds, whatever you want to call it. So this picture, it looks like Jordan is kind of soaring through the sky, and I used several clues for this one. That logo man is a big clue there. Once again, that's always going to be key. And I ended up figuring out that this is from a November 2nd, 1996 game against the 76ers. So there's the Getty Images version of it there. Cardboard Insights did a much better job of making that look all nice and artistic here. That looks pretty cool. So notice they had to kind of tilt the photo to make it look appropriate for this card here, whereas the actual picture itself is just more up and down. So, all right, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That's something a little bit different. Like I said, I haven't done a lot of Jordan content on here before. It was a little more time consuming than I thought it'd be, but I kind of enjoy this stuff. So if you're a Jordan fan and there are some other cards out there that you'd like me to attempt to photo match, go ahead and drop those in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like it as well. Remember, there are new episodes of the audio podcast that come out every Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching.